Alright guys, so it's a little bit later today, but also, realize it seems like I wear tanks every day. I promise I don't. I guess that's just how my Tuesdays go. But this week, kind of wanted to focus on Proverbs 18:24, and it says, "A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother." And so, just kind of wanted to talk about a big thing that got me through. My mom being sick and then her passing, and that is some of my closest friends who were my accountability group in high school. And to be quite honest, accountability isn't something that we did very well. We didn't really perfect that, but something that we did do really well was just living life together and just always being closer than friends. And there's a group of a few guys, and most of them actually live in College Station now too, which is pretty awesome. But we would meet every week and just kind of talk about stuff and struggles in our life. And I remember one week, it was right after I'd found out that my mom's cancer was terminal or whatever. We got in the room and I was just like, "Hey guys, like, we need to talk about something." And she just kind of sat there, and I just kind of, laid it all out there for them. And up until this point, like, they had been praying for me, like they knew everything that was going on with my mom. They knew that she had cancer, and they were really helpful in like anything that I needed up until this point. And I just remember being in the room, and my associate youth minister was in there too with us, and he had kind of already known what was going on. I just remember telling them, like, "Hey, this is the situation. Like, I mean, I'm gonna lose my mom, and there is nothing." What is the word I'm looking for? It gets real interesting when you're in a room of about 18-year-old guys, some of the strongest Christian guys that you know, some of the physically strongest guys that you know, if you've ever met Scott Turner. But, and it's dead silent. And it's the saddest silence you will ever hear in your life. But it was kind of cool for me because, like, that just kind of explained, our relationship and our friendship. Like, we were close enough that hit home to them, and that was hard for them. And it was hard for them to hear, and it was hard for them to see me like that. And, I mean, you even had a few guys in there tearing up, which is, I mean, that's just sad to see a guy like that you've known pretty much your whole life, just kind of experiencing that situation with you to the fullest extent that they can. But it was also just a really cool thing because after that, I mean, I had all those guys just get around me and pray for me in that situation, and that was great. That's something that helped me out a lot, and I knew that they were always praying for me and checking up on me. And I never had to explain myself to why I wasn't going to be at something, or if I was missing in action for a while or whatever. Like, they knew that what I had to take care of, and they were always really understanding of that, and it was awesome. And their families were awesome, and they played such a big role in that. Their parents, knowing that my dad was gone a lot with my mom, and they were just willing to be helpful in any way possible, whether I needed a place to stay or they just wanted to cook dinner for me or something, and that was just so great. And so through that, I think I realized, like, and you see this a lot, especially today, people claim that they don't need the church or that they don't need other people around them, and they're always just like, well, if I have Jesus, I'm okay. Like, that's all I need is just me and Him, and that is true. Like, you need the Lord, but the Lord puts people in your life for a reason. Even on just last week's video, I mean, Jesus had close enough friends that He wept when He saw their pain. And I think it's important that we have friends like that too, and I think it was awesome that I did have friends to get me through that, because it was a struggle. And I mean, you can talk to my sister, and that was something that she had, and it was great. And we would not have been able to do anything without that. And so I think it's important that we remember that, like, yes, we need the Lord, but we also need people around us who need the Lord. Because if you're searching on your own, and if you're trying to grow in your faith on your own, it's going to be such a slow process and such an empty process, because struggling on your own is much harder than struggling with somebody else, and most likely there are multiple people out there going through the same thing that you're going through, and even if they're not, like, if they're your friend, they want to be there for you, and they want to love you, and they want to be Jesus to you in that situation, and it's just really cool, and it's awesome getting to experience that. I would say that our friendships are a lot stronger through that, and we're a lot closer, and there's just a lot less that we need to hide with each other, because just in that one moment in that room, we all got to be incredibly real. Like, even in the silence, everyone was incredibly real with each other. And so that's just something that's been on my mind for a while, is just how awesome those guys are and what they did in my life, and how they helped me through that situation. So if you're a believer and you think that you just can do everything on your own and follow the Lord on your own and you don't need a church, like, that is lies of the world, and that is so wrong, because you do need a church, and you do need that plug into Christian life, and you need those friendships and those relationships to get you through the hard times, but also to just rejoice in the good times together, and it'll make your walk so much easier. And if you're not a believer, like, seek the Lord first, and then He'll bring people to your life that can get you through the hard times. So, just a little bit of today, and hope you all have a good week.